Hi, my name is Sherry Ojendike, and today I'm here with Tyler Weisenberg and Evan Bate, and we are part of the MCAWW Technology Committee. Today, our focus is going to be on smart building technology and how mechanical contractors can use it.
All right. Well, this is actually interesting for me because I am not an expert in any of this. So Sherry and Evan were nice enough to give me some notes, and then I'm going to interview you guys, and you can teach me a little bit about the industry here. So the first thing we'll start with though is the five W's, right? Who, what, why, when, where. The who is everybody in our industry, right? Full service third party vendors, software developers, mechanical and energy systems, building performance analysts, everybody that works in our sector here. The where is going to be limited by your internet connection. Luckily, these are things that can be done anywhere in the country. And in fact, if you develop the skills and if you become an expert in this, you could use your services anywhere. When this is software, this is going to be monitoring. So the expectation is that it's 24/7. The customers are going to expect that we're monitoring this all the time. And so we need to be able to provide that. What is a combination of technology and qualified personnel? This is going to be a professional service that we're offering to the customers. And we'll talk about the technologies in a little bit in this. And then, of course, why? Data. Data drives everything today. Maybe we need to be servicing certain things a little bit earlier. Maybe we can let things go a little longer. The idea is to provide a higher quality service to our customers using data models collected from these sensors that we're putting out there. So what is a smart building? The answer to that is about as diverse as contractors in the mechanical industry. It can range from something simple like a smart thermostat in a closet, keeping temperature, all the way to plug-in leak detectors. And then up to the extreme, we have enterprise level fault detection and diagnostics and energy consumption. So now we've exhausted everything I know about smart buildings, and I'm going to turn to the experts here and start asking them some questions. So, Evan, can you talk about how a smart building would fit into a contractor's portfolio a little bit?
Yeah. So how this wide range of smart buildings operations fit into a contractor's portfolio is up to their customers' needs. Many companies are building robust standalone products that can be used plug and play for simple space temperature monitoring and unit performance alerting, such as Honeywell LCBS, and various smart thermostat brands, such as Ecobee and Pelican. Other brands will partner with contractors and provide the sophisticated back-end analytics platform for energy monitoring and fault detection that can be required for large energy load buildings and campuses. Brands like Coppertree and SkySpark can perform this work while providing meaningful equipment performance dashboards to be leveraged by on-site building engineers.
That kind of leads us into the technologies that are available. So, Sherry, can you give us some examples of what smart building technologies are available today?
Well, Tyler, as you mentioned, it can be very simple or it can be very complex. The most common smart building solution that we see is analytics. Engineers are designing more systems with more sensors such as air and water temperatures, pressures, flows, and utility usage that allow for more data points. These data points are then being used in a variety of ways. First, it allows contractors to be able to troubleshoot more effectively. This leads to the contractors providing better service and also helps with the overall operation of the systems. Secondly, the data can be integrated into an analytics software program. These programs utilize algorithms to spot anomalies and fine-tune the systems. We are also seeing AI being implemented, which allows the technology to autonomously write back to the system's controllers. AI can then help reduce energy costs while improving comfort levels in the space. And then lastly, on a new construction project, the data can be used to verify that the equipment is operating correctly and meeting the design intent. It can also enhance the commissioning process and reduce punch list items.
All right. So you said AI. That kind of perked my ears a little bit. Obviously, we're going to be gathering a lot of data. So, Evan, can you talk about how contractors are going to be actually using all this data that they're monitoring?
Yeah, so any building that has a device that is providing unit or environmental data to be used by someone remotely is a smart building. The purpose of this data could be to verify unit operation during a warranty period, provide room temperature trending for a critical space, air temperature monitoring for a lab, or finding a water leak before it becomes catastrophic.
All right, so no, the IT guy in me hears data, and I feel like we should provide just a small notice on this to think about security, right? I mean, we're going to be connecting to a lot of systems on our customer sites, and security of the network, security of all these devices we're putting there should definitely be part of the conversation, right? Okay. So then, Sharon, I want to know, I've heard about smart buildings as somebody that doesn't even build these things. So what's with all the buzz about it? Why are people excited?
Well, and Tyler, we hear the term used all the time. A smart building can focus on the occupant experience or around the building itself. For example, you're able to use your mobile device to operate different systems within your home. So occupants also want that same flexibility while they are at work. So there are technologies that are being implemented that actually have that capability. See, all I have to do is go to this app, and I actually have the ability to adjust temperature, lighting, and window shades in my office space. Some of the other smart building solutions that we also see focus around lighting, IAQ, workflow automation, and occupancy mapping.
Oh, interesting. All right, so we've talked about this from the customer perspective. What's in it for us? Evan, why do contractors want to adopt smart buildings?
Yeah, it's a great question. There's incentive for both the contractor and the customer to adopt various smart buildings technologies. As a contractor, you're able to provide more actionable insights into a customer's building, which drives additional work and strengthens your ties to the customer. For the customer, having a contractor receive remote data can help prevent simple problems from becoming shutdown-worthy emergencies, as well as providing the capability for large energy savings. What's important to remember is that smart buildings are for everyone and only limited by access to the internet.
All right. So I think now the next question, Sherry, how do we get into this? If a contractor wants to get involved in the smart building discussion, where do they go?
You know, I think the most important thing is really to educate themselves on all the various opportunities. Do they want to focus on systems that affect health and wellness, sustainable operations, IT solutions, the occupant experience, or even a mix? So what do you say when an owner says, I want a smart building? The first thing you need to know is what their definition of a smart building is. And what are their goals? That will then drive what you need to research. Owners receive all kinds of information at the end of a project. How are they using it? Are the O&M manuals, maintenance schedules, and specs digitized? If so, they could be tagged to individual systems. Is the owner interested in more than energy savings? The smart building data can also be used to help with preventive maintenance and repairs. How does an owner want their data displayed? Do they want it in a format that they can evaluate their properties from an operational perspective? Does the owner want a digital twin of the building? These are just some of the questions that you should be asking. And there are so many more smart technology solutions out there. These are just a few that could be beneficial to mechanical contractors. But lastly, a contractor may choose not to have the staff to implement the various technologies, but they could contract the work and fulfill the owner's needs and still be seen as a knowledgeable resource.
All right. You know, one thing that happens in my industry all the time, we talk about not everybody is a building owner, not everybody's a company owner, but everybody is a consumer. So we're seeing these technologies in our homes, we're seeing Nest thermostats, that type of thing. And so the people who own the buildings and own the companies want to be able to do the same thing at work, right? So it's really starting to get driven a lot by the customer as well, I think. Well, thank you guys for teaching me a little bit about this. It's been very informational for me. Hopefully, you guys watching this have gotten a lot of information out of it. And this has been the MCAWW Technology Advisory Committee. Thanks for watching.